The DNC Game of Thrones. No, did I stay up and watch all of that nonsense? No. Quite frankly, I'd rather stick a hot poker in my eye. I can't watch speeches. I tend to go through and read transcripts and go back and see bits and pieces bright and early in the morning when I wake up, and that's what I did today. And you've got to really suspend any sort of critical thought whatsoever to actually believe the BS that was coming out of these people and what they were saying yesterday. Now, again, the small time early speakers give me a break. This DNC Game of Thrones. I mean, Pelosi basically came out and admitted that she took out Joe Biden yesterday. See her being interviewed. I did what I had to do. I took him out. And that's exactly what she did. And Joe Biden gets thrown out the window. He, sitting president of the United States, speaking on day one of the convention. They wanted no part of him whatsoever. And you laugh. They hand up those signs. I love Joe. I love Joe. Oh. Again, he fumbling over his words, had a difficult time with teleprompter. I get it. And once again, I don't know what number see I told you so moment this entire thing is. We told you exactly what was going to happen. Almost exactly. I thought that it would replace Joe Biden at the convention. His debate performance was so bad, Nancy Pelosi had to throw him out of a window a little bit earlier. And again, late night speech, didn't want anybody to pay attention. And you can look at some of the other speakers that were there. If you think that Hillary Clinton wanted to give that speech, no, she did not. I mean, come on, okay? She knows what a lightweight Kamala Harris is. They understand. It is all such BS. It really is. But again, going back to my first podcast for the day today about the DNC death cult, you have a large portion of the population where their number one issue is abortion. And they're going to ride that horse, which again, if you actually think about how sick that is, and again, what does it say about our society, this country as a whole, that is your number one issue is abortion? Anyway, neither here nor there. AOC, I got to let her speak. Got to give her the first night. You guarantee she's pissed off. Okay, the first night, it's no, pay attention. Did you actually see pictures of the actual convention hall? It's half empty. It was half empty. Now, again, speaking from experience and attending several political conventions throughout my career, even Monday, it would be packed. Even Monday with Mitt Romney in Tampa was packed. I remember John McCain Monday was packed. George W. Bush was packed in 2004. Barack Obama in Denver was packed the whole time. But again, this behind the scenes Game of Thrones stuff is it's extraordinary. It really is. I don't believe, and I mentioned this, I alluded to this yesterday. Kamala Harris can be controlled. She can be controlled. They can put her into a position, and the Obama people are going to take the reins. And this is essentially going to be Obama's fourth term. It is what it is. I mean, and the Obama people running the show, it's going to be his fourth term. She's going to do what she is told to do. And, again, a lightweight like Tim Walz it's basically, they're reaching out and trying to compile, how can we get these votes? How can we go ahead and retain the power that we have? And again, it filters down. So again, the Hollywood types will continue to get their tax write-offs for movies, so they can, pay their actors and actresses ungodly sums of money by basically on the taxpayer's dime, because they're not paying any sort of fees or taxes wherever they're filming these. Whoever gives money to the right candidate wins. It's an investment. That's how these big money players look at this. It's an investment for them. I've talked about my watchdog on Wall Street, axis of evil, big business, politicians, and the media. They're all a part of the same thing. And believe me, okay, honestly, if you think it's really much different on the other side, it really isn't. Okay, yeah, there are the outliers there. They are the outliers that try to do the right thing, that actually do try to speak a little bit of truth to power. Ron Paul, Rand Paul, Tom Coburn, the ones that don't, that are all behind fighting a war in every other place. Tulsi Gabbard. Hey, well, what have been a perfect person to put in as a vice presidential candidate. But Trump couldn't have her. Just piss off all of the military contractors. Again, she was in the military. It would piss them off. Can't have her. No way. It's big money there. And you need to understand this, people, and how this thing is rigged. And again, I alluded to, and actually got this from libertarian. He called it, it's like professional wrestling. It's, that they're discussing behind the scenes how this thing is going to work. And they'll have their public fights and whatnot. But again, does really much of anything change? Have you taken a look? Have you taken a look at our national debt? What, $34-35 trillion? What, you think that's the donkey's responsibility? Yeah, partially. Who else? The elephants as well. Let's just go back. I mean, I'm remember vividly. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The end of the Clinton term, there, we were financially as a country, we were on the right track. On the right track. Bush comes in, and more of the same. But I don't know. He had this messianic fever that he was gonna plant the American flag everywhere and draw freedom for the entire world. What do? We go to war with the Taliban. And over 20 years later, we leave the Taliban, and they're still in power, and they're just better equipped with our military equipment. It's what you paid for, people. What you paid for. And look now, you look at all the money that was spent. You shut the country down for COVID, and just Larry Kudlow, Trump. We got to get as much money out the door as we possibly can. Billions to crooks in Russia, to Africa, misspent money everywhere, states awash in cash that they can give money to their favored little contractors here and there for projects that take way too long to get done. Again, this is what you voted for. This is what you continue to vote for. Watchdog on WallStreet.com.